Hello everybody, today we're going to be looking at the different clear speeds of all the current Pokemon in Pokemon Unite. This is a just kind of an experiment, a jungle experiment. I wanted to see, with all else being equal, who actually clears the jungle the fastest. And I think the results are going to surprise you actually, because we're running a lot of people in the jungle that perhaps we shouldn't be. But there's more than just speed, of course, to who should be jungling, and I want to do more videos of that in the future. I'm a jungle main on League of Legends, so I kind of brought some of that experience over. Here's what we're going to do, though. You're going to see all the different junglers compete in 4 against 4, basically, a 1v3 others format here, and the fastest ones will kind of be highlighted to you guys. And then I'll tell you, in case you miss it, who is the actual fastest clear. Now, there's a couple things that's really important to kind of keep in mind here. I followed a few rules here. First of all, very few of my clears are perfect, so expect some variation in your experience. Somebody who plays Cinderace much better than I do can probably clear maybe a second or so faster than I can. So there's going to be some, not all this is really hard set in stone. The other thing I wanted to mention for sure before we started here, because this is really some cool stuff, is that I had no held items on this. I wanted to make sure there were no held items because, one, not all my items are equal level, so I didn't want to give some types of unfair advantage. And two, not all held items are equal, so I kind of wanted to remove held items out of the equation. And then three, I really do think that if you want the fastest level 5 clear possible, the fastest full clear possible, you do need to use Fluffy Tail for that. And so all of mine are with Fluffy Tail here. But I also want to mention that a lot of junglers, and I kind of include myself amongst these, think that even though Fluffy Tail is cool and useful, it's not as useful as Eject is. So most times, you probably go Eject in the jungle, even if you're going for a fast level 5 clear. It shouldn't change too much, but it probably does change some if you're not using Fluffy Tail. I just wanted to keep everything equal so that we could have a good point of comparison. And so expect that with held items of your own, and with maybe some cleans being a little bit clear and some cleans being a little bit less clear, your results will vary. But I do not think I was ready for these results. This blew my mind. I'm going to kind of shoutcast them for you guys, as I had somebody edit this all together, and it was a challenge for sure. But it looks great, and I'm ready to show you guys the data. So let's get into it. Who is the fastest clear in Pokemon Unite Jungle? Who can get the fastest level 5, which, as we all know, when it comes to ganking, is very important. So here we are. We're going to start with Eldegos top left, Venusaur top right, Slowbro, and Zeraora. Zeraora obviously able to just ignore walls, which is super nice. But it's not going to maybe make up too much for it. So I actually tried both settings for Zeraora. I tried both the ZR and the Z start, and they were basically the same. So I just used Z here just to show you guys jumping over the wall. Slowbro actually going surprisingly fast. Venusaur currently just about in the lead. Venusaur and Slowbro pretty well tied up, but Zeraora's speed really increases over time, and that's something I want you guys to watch. Zeraora's right now kind of slower, kind of middle of the pack. Venusaur, well, becomes Venusaur. Bulbasaur is currently actually in front. Slowbro kind of behind and Zeraora behind that. But look here. Look how fast Zeraora clears that third camp. And so here we are going to the fourth camp right here. Zeraora and Slowbro pretty close together. Venusaur close together as well. And of course, Eldegos struggling a bit. And it is done. Zeraora 49-42. Not bad at all. Eldegos looks like going to be finishing up. It was Slowbro second, or Venusaur second, Slowbro third. Very close. So Wigglytuff top left, Cinderace top right, Ninetails bottom left, and Machamp. This is where things get weird, guys, and I think you'll see it pretty soon here. Cinderace isn't my most clean clear, but I don't know if it's going to matter if you watch to the end. Wigglytuff actually pretty fast here. I do get knocked back there a little bit, but it doesn't make too much of a difference in the long run. Machamp, we expect Machamp to be a pretty fast clear, and so far it looks about the case. Ninetails actually keeping up pretty closely, though. Wigglytuff spinning in order to get there a little bit faster. Now, Ninetails cleared that second camp, that third camp, incredibly fast, and is moving on to the fourth. Wigglytuff, I go for Sing here because it actually gives you increased damage, which was much better. Machamp clears here as well. Cinderace falling very far behind. Ninetails with 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. 45-16. I bet you didn't think Ninetails would be so fast at clearing. Next would be Wigglytuff and Machamp, but it's so close that it's really anybody's game on that one. And Cinderace, a bit later on, it looked like the timer should have stopped closer to the 55 mark, but it was pretty close right there. Charizard, Mr. Mime, Crustle, and Pikachu. Who do you think is going to be fastest on this one? I already know, but you may not know at all. You may not even have a clue. Mr. Mime actually can clear some things pretty fast once you get to Confusion, but not this early on. Charizard is a bit of a new contender here and is kind of really literally burning through the competition. Crustle, though, not bad at all either, clearing pretty fast. Pikachu taking a little while to get started. Mr. Mime and Pikachu basically even. Crustle and Charizard basically even at this time, but Pikachu ramps up. Not as much as Crustle does right here, as the speed boost is starting to kick in. The extra auto attack speed is going to make a bit of a difference for Crustle here, using Rock Smash in order to kind of move and clear a little bit faster. Charmander / Charizard is coming into the final. Crustle's so close though, Crustle's going to take it. Pikachu right after that, and then Charizard and Mr. Mime final there right there. Okay, Gengar, Snorlax, Absol, and Gardevoir. I already know this one too. These are some of the 2 slowest clears, by the way, that exist. Absol I tried with a leap first, but the leap actually was slower than using ZR first. So Pursuit is useful, but it's not what you really should be going first if you're trying to get the fastest clear possible, just so you guys know. Snorlax surprisingly fast here in this clear, and doing a lot of work with that slam. That tackle is just insane damage. Gardevoir and Gengar both behind. Gardevoir a little bit more so, trying to close some distance using Teleport, but it's not doing much for me. Absol and Snorlax literally neck and neck here as they go into the final camp. Gardevoir and Gengar neck and neck here as well. Now, this should be no surprise. We run Gengar in the jungle all the time, but should we? Snorlax first. Actually, Snorlax just second. Absol first by about 1/10 of a second here. They're basically right next to each other. Anything could have happened there. If my clean was a little bit clear on one, a little bit less clear on the other one, it would have made a bit of a difference. Gengar and then Gardevoir with a minute to clear. Gardevoir very slow, but Gengar also incredibly slow in the jungle. Lucario is going to use the Flash, and so is Talonflame. Both of them are going to use their gap closers. Greninja is a bit of a slow start here, and it shouldn't surprise you too much. Garchomp, I think that it's possible that going for Sand Attack's going to be a lot faster clear on that first one, but I don't know if it's going to make much of a difference for Garchomp. Garchomp is really just not as fast of a clear as you think he should be. Talonflame is going into the 3rd camp, but Lucario is already done with the 3rd camp and going into the 4th camp. Lucario, unsurprisingly, a very strong jungler here, and just basically 2 shots that camp and is going on to the last one. Now, can it beat Ninetails, which is the current record holder, at just 45 seconds? It's going to be close. It's going to be really close. It's going to be right there. Oh, not quite. Like I said, Lucario there getting the 1st place on this one. Talonflame 2nd from that. Greninja 3rd, and then Garchomp actually the slowest out of that group. But Lucario and Ninetails, it really would be anybody's game on that one. Now, our final one right here. This guy, you got to think that he's going to be slow as heck. You cannot believe that Cramorant's going to actually be able to clear this pretty fast, but you might be surprised. Can it be Ninetails fast is the question. I almost missed that one, but I don't. Whirlpool does hit, and it does hit the whole time. I do make sure that it hit the whole time because the first time I tried it, it did not. Now, moving on to our 3rd camp. Feather Dance and Whirlpool are both up. We're going to use them both. Could have gotten a little bit more efficient Whirlpool on that one, but it's not going to make too much of a difference here. We're going to pick up Hurricane. Hurricane just able to clear really fast and really nicely. I'm not sure if this would be the best play for ganks, but it is really nice for that clear. He basically instantaneously killed that thing. And we're on to the last one. We're going to use our stun right there, our Fluffy Tail, and it's going to be a beautiful 46-50. Boom. Very nice indeed. Let's go into a little bit more detail now as to what we saw and some of the things that may make a difference for you in your games. Alrighty, so we're going to take a bit of a slow down full screen view of our Ninetails run here, and I will admit, this is exceptionally clean. Although my Lucario, which was the next closest, and my Absol clear, which was also pretty close, were very clean as well. But this clear is I'm proud of it. There's a great amount of kiting, and I kind of want to show it to you guys. I want to break it down a little bit so you guys can kind of see how it kind of works out. So first of all, the stun is a lot of good utility here for your clear. And I'm trying to clear this as fast as I can so I can basically start the next camp as soon as it comes up. You're using your stun as early as possible, more or less, because a lot of these guys won't even get much more than a full combo down before your Fluffy Tail is out. So this 2nd camp is when I realized this might make a difference. This is fast as heck. And I'm just trying to see if I can kind of keep up this pace. 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's basically dead. We're on to our final camp already, and I'm kiting nicely. I'm kiting to the next camp, but look how fast this camp is. It's almost basically dead before I get a single combination off. That's how fast this Ninetails clear was. And I remember looking at my stopwatch and going, "Are you serious? That is insanely fast." yeah, Ninetails can really clean it up. Like I said, it was a very nice clear for me. So I think that your experience may vary. And again, with no held items, that will change these speeds. I just wanted to kind of get a good baseline, and at the baseline, Ninetails is good. In addition, Ninetails has a lot of CC and a lot of gank potential. I think it's a wise call for jungle right now, although a weird one. Now Lucario was behind Ninetails by like 20ths of a second. Ninetails was 45 seconds, 45 seconds, 16 milliseconds. Lucario was 45:37, so like 10 basically, 20 millisecond difference between those guys. Absol was right after that, was the next closest, and not by much. Crustle was pretty much up there too, as well as Snorlax. But this is such a quick and clean clear. I gotta be honest, Lucario is a phenomenal jungler. In addition to actually just having I cleared before the next camp was even up. Ninetails ramped up really fast, but Lucario starts off really fast and then doesn't ramp much in his clear. His clear is pretty much the same speed the whole way through. Bam, bam, bam. One combination, one auto attack, and they're dead. Really fast, really good clear. But in addition, I suggest Lucario as a jungler because Lucario is a good jungler. The knockup is a lot of extra damage. The gap closer is phenomenal too. And then you can also punch people away, which stuns and also gives them a bunch of damage as well. So what a nice clear there, 45:37. And I was really impressed with Lucario's clear as well. I think an overall phenomenal jungler with Lucario. Now, for the third fastest here was Absol, and that should not surprise many people. This is post-buff, so I don't know, you know, different buffs and different nerfs will change these results going forward, I'm sure. But a good baseline here. And again, you can use Pursuit, but the problem with Pursuit is it didn't speed up my clear. In fact, it slowed it down because really the auto attacks for Absol, and you can see here, think about the difference between this and Lucario. Very big difference. We just about clear it fast as soon as the next camp is up, but Lucario was waiting for the next camp to come up. Your auto attacks are not very strong with Absol, whereas Lucario's are, and so that makes this early side really, really nice for Absol, and or really, really nice for Lucario, and not as nice for Absol. That's why I don't suggest going Pursuit here when you're starting off. So boom, 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 good clear right there for the fourth clear, and now on to the final clear. I'm actually level 5 here before the opponent, which is an AI, is even level 4. And you got to be thinking about that. This is going to give you that level 5 really fast. And if you've got a Pokemon that scales really nicely at 5, clear this, gank the lane that it pushes you to, and you're going to have a lot of beautiful, beautiful early jungle snowball games. Now, again, this is Fluffy Tail. You don't have to use Fluffy Tail. I think it's useful in some situations. It's almost nice to have one on the team, but from an individual perspective, Eject is just a way, way, way better one. So thank you guys for joining. Please let me know what you think down in the comments section. This was a lot of fun to put together, a lot of fun to record. And is it perfectly done? No, but I think it gives us a really cool baseline for what we're looking at here, and I hope you enjoyed. Let's see what the next Pokemon brings for us, because I plan on doing more of these jungle videos. I love the jungle, and I think it's really useful in this game. A really good snowball lane. So, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed. Hit that like and subscribe if you did. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.